Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, here's the thing, guys. If you want to create a real dent in your spiritual journey, then I invite you to incorporate the Who Am I approach, the inquiry approach. The reason to emphasize on this approach is because this is the simple and straightforward path. Right now, the world got a lot of information for the spiritual practice. And, here and there you hear the reference that is indicating you towards the truth. But most of the time, those references are just make you linger in the spiritual jargon. So, uh, you know how much you are interested in the spirituality, and if you want to make if you want to use the journey to make yourself free from the inner conflict and fear, then I invite you to again incorporate the self-inquiry approach. Self-inquiry approach is about understanding the nature of the mind through the deconstructive approach, and eventually from that approach you will be able to see the plain sight truth, and that realization will help you to drop the mind and help you anchor in the now. So the reason I always come out and emphasize on this process, this path, is because just like you, I have been in the spiritual journey for a long, decade plus, in a serious manner. But those approaches only, sort of helped me to anchor the awareness in me. But I was never able to eliminate the fear for good, And also, if you reflect in your life, you know that no matter what spiritual practice you apply, it does help you to, sort of centering yourself. But that centering yourself is not freedom, isn't it? Because after centering yourself, again and again, your mind is creating that fear in you, the conflict in you. And, we have to be part of the world, and being part of the world, reveals that friction again and again. And with the friction, with that friction, then we create the narratives in our mind, and from the narratives we see conflict and fear. So this is an ongoing journey, never ending journey of a conflict, fear, drama, contradiction is always there, right? And if you see that, then you know that the spiritual path, your spiritual journey, hasn't created that dent in your life, so our ingrained belief, our mind itself is like a mountain. It's hard to penetrate, hard to create the crack, and the reason to create the crack, is to see that the mountain that we have built up itself is the false. To see whether the mountain is false or not is through the inquiry approach. So, our mind, our ingrained preference, has become the mountain. And to create the crack in the mountain is the start. And how to create the crack in the mountain is by being part of the inquiry approach. Without creating a dent or crack in the mountain, the spirituality, doesn't start. The real spirituality won't start, because right now, whatever we do in the spirituality is giving us some kind of, you know, um, affirmation, uh, and it's fun, and if we feel like it's working to some extent. Yes, it's working to anchor yourself. You're more calmer compared to, before. Yeah, relaxing, calming, uh, can be available from being part of the practice, and you know and prolonging that practice. It gives you that, you know peace of mind to some extent. So again, but it doesn't help us to break free from the mind itself. So to break free from the mind, to overcome the mind, you know we really have to, be part of this self-inquiry journey. um, Again, the reason to be part of the self-inquiry journey is to see the layers that we are attached to, you know and the attachment itself is a sign of fear of losing the comfort, fear of being nobody, fear of uncertainty, and so on, fear of something, 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 you know so only inquiry approach will make you see that clearly, and after that we still need to dismantle the fear itself. So that's the journey. So um, it helped me tremendously, you know um, and it will help you tremendously as well, to move from the fearful life to living a fearless life. So um, yes, choose better, and the reason to choose better is to make your life free. And depending on how much, you know you're struggling, how much you're suffering, and depending on how much interest you have in being free, you will be part of it. But you know yeah, um even you're even you are not going through the tough time, don't wait for the tough time to be part of the spirituality. While there's a lightness, while you're you know embracing life, you can still look into the mind, investigating the mind, so you can make your life better now, rather than waiting decades and decades later. You're aligning with the spirituality. That itself, will create a lot of conditioning in you. So instead of waiting to build up the conditioning, you can be part of the path now. And after some times, you will be able to be free, and after that, life will be easy. Even the world is full of chaos, your life will be easy. So think of, not think about it, but start to incorporate this practice, and this is the way to set yourself free, my friend. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're enjoying the tracing back work, and keep going. Take care for now. Bye.